My baby boo, like all the time. I been missing you when you're not around. Missing you when you by my side. Missing you like all the time. My baby boo, when you're not around. Yeah, would you be my African queen? Go cruising on Caribbean things. Fly you to Lagos, Nigerian things. Show you how we eat a loaf of bread with some beans. Look, I'm a Niger boy for life. Swag tripping, let me spice up your life. You the only girl that really make me wanna get a wife. The only girl that really make me wanna change my life. Yeah, you fine, and you know it. You sexy, yeah, you know it. Baby, I'm not holy, cause I like the way you roll it. Yeah, you fine, and you know it. You sexy, and you know it. Baby, please control me, cause I like the way you roll. I been missing you when you're not around. Missing you when you by my side. Missing you like all the time. My baby boo, like all the time. I been missing you when you're not around. Missing you when you by my side. Missing you like all the time. My baby boo, when you're not around. Would you be my African queen, baby? My African queen lady. Yeah, you fine, and you know it. And you sexy, yeah, you know it. Baby, please control me, cause I like the way you roll. I been missing you when you're not around. Missing you when you by my side. Missing you like all the time. My baby boo, like all the time. I been missing you when you're not around. Missing you when you by my side. Missing you like all the time. My baby boo, when you're not around.
All right, y'all. Without further ado, let me bring this talented brother on the set again. He goes by the name of Cool Kulture, and as you can see, he brings the sense of cool and culture in the vibe. So without further ado, let's bring our guest onto the set, and here we are. My brother, how are you doing today?
Yo, I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm blessed.
Thank you, my brother. I'm glad to hear that. First and foremost, thank you for being on the show today.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me.
Before we even go deep in depth with everything, right? Can you tell the viewers a little bit, like, where you from, what you bring about? We would love to hear a little bit about that, and then we gonna dig deep into everything.
All right, bet. Well, what's up, y'all? I go by the name Cool Culture, that Nigerian boy, and Cool Culture is the COOL culture with a K instead of a C. And I'm Nigerian. Okay, I was born in Nigeria. I came to the state when I was 19, and I've been here ever since. And most times when I sing or I talk, people be like, "Hey man, where you from?" Yeah, I'm from the motherland, man. I know a lot of my songs you could probably hear my accent, but some might not. But for the most part, yeah, they always, the first thing is like, "Yo, bro, where you from?" I'll be like, "Hey man, I'm Nigerian," you know. So and most times when people look at me, they can't really tell I'm African until I speak, right? Because of the accent, they'd be like, "Oh man, where you from?" So yeah, I'm Nigerian, and man, been in the States since I was probably 19, and it's been a great experience all through.
Nice. So 19, you came into the States.
Yeah.
Before you came into the States, was this musical bone in your soul?
I mean, yeah, because back then in Nigeria, I used to love a lot of rappers, mainly because I loved a lot of rappers because especially the wordplay and all that. But I never thought about making music because I would write every now and then, but making music wasn't really something that I thought about. But as the year goes by, and then I realize I have passion for making music, making something that sounds good. So yeah, I started writing probably like 10 years ago. But the big problem for me, I've always been a shy. Like growing up, I have been super shy.
Okay.
Yeah. I struggle speaking in front of people. So that has always been a problem up until a couple years ago. I'm like, you know what? I just don't care. Might as well do it. So yeah, I have to get over speaking in front of cameras has always been a problem for me. I don't know. It's just But I have to just be like, you know what? If I love this, I have to pursue this. And music is just something that makes me feel good. And the fact that I could make a song that sounds good, that's. So I decided to go into music. Like, actually, to actually start making music, I started making music like 2022. Actually, that was my very first single.
2022. Hold on, I
Yeah,
gotta stop you for a second.
yeah,
2022 is when you first started really making music.
yeah,
That was
yeah. My
like
first
that was
single,
like
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. My first single was December 2022. I think on the 22nd of December 2022. Yeah, that was when I released my first single, Lessons. And from there, I was like, man, there ain't no stopping me now. I gotta keep going.
Wow. So
So it's barely 2 years, actually, barely 2 years.
barely 2 years you've been making music. So we're gonna revisit that. We're gonna come back to that because that's very impactful to your journey. But you said you came to the States at the age of like 19.
Yeah, yeah.
How was the transition from the motherland to the
Well,
States for you?
yeah, because okay, over there in Nigeria, like there are things that I'm not used to seeing, like like PDA, like public display of affection and all
Yes.
that. I mean, back then, like, well, I don't know about now because it's been a while, but I know it's not something. I mean, if you're married, yeah, but it's not something you see like young couples do like openly, like over here. Like, because I remember my first time landing in JFK in New York, and immediately I got out of the airport, I saw this young guy and this young girl kind of hugged each other, started kissing. I'm like, oh hell, because yeah, I was like, ooh, I mean, it's different out here, but yeah, I mean, the culture is kind of different. We are more reserved just because Africans and the way I remember when I pierced my ears and when I ran into some Africans, they'd be like, oh, the older ones, they'd be like, oh, you shouldn't be piercing your ear, yeah, all that. So it's just the way it is. It's just the culture, I guess. Yeah, it's way different, but I mean, I adjusted pretty good because all my immediate family is over here in the
Okay.
States. So yeah, so it's something that I had to. And if you had met me then, my accent was pretty
It,
bad. Like
it was
it was
heavy accent.
really, yeah. My accent was super heavy back then, but I mean, I always still have it, and I think it's one thing that kind of makes my music sound different from every other. Every like I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now. And usually when I go to shows and they just hear my sound, they be like, "Yo, brother, where you from?" So I guess that kind of gives me that kind of, that I just don't sound like every other guy you would hear out here.
Yeah.
So and I kind of appreciate that, but it kind of sets me aside. My sound's kind of different. It's not like something you hear every day and all the time out here. So I'm
Got you.
kind
So
of
so
that.
you touched down. I heard you say you touched down in JFK.
Yeah.
How did you land in Oklahoma?
Oh well,
that
yeah.
that that's too deep. That's a
Okay,
deep
yeah. Well,
transition.
yeah. I mean, I've lived in a lot of big cities, and I like to explore. But how I ended up in Oklahoma originally was because a couple of years back, like 7 years ago, I was in a relationship, and she was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And yeah, so we got talking, and she was like, "Hey, I live in Oklahoma." I was like, "What's Oklahoma?" I ain't never even heard of that at the time. But we got talking after a year, and then because we decided to, take things to the next level, and I felt like, you know what, I guess I'll just move down to Oklahoma. But even up to today, my family always be like, "Yo, where you at again?" I said, Tulsa, Oklahoma. They be like, "What's up there?" Because most of my family live in LA. California.
Okay.
So they keep trying to get me to come back. I'm like, at this point, I really can't. I mean, I still visit, but I just really can't go back right now because I have three young daughters.
Okay.
So yeah, and I just don't feel comfortable leaving while they're still. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm still in Oklahoma right now because I have to be close to my kids.
And I respect that 100%.
Yeah.
So now, let's go back real quick to you traveling and getting your ways into the States. When did the musical sense really kick in for you? I know you said 2022
Yeah.
you really got a recording, but before that recording, what was your musical sense like? How was that development?
I mean, over the years, I love music. That's just one thing. Even before I decided to make mine own songs, I've always, I like to. And me, I'm more into the melody. And if it comes to rap, okay, so I used to be a rap head, and I used to love. I don't know. You probably never heard of this guy. It's called Mi Vector. A couple Nigerian artists. When they speak bars, I'd be like, man, I think I could do this. Man, it shouldn't be that hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, because usually when I hear rappers, I be like, man, they're just putting words together. It can't be that hard. But I started writing bars, and I ain't even gonna lie. A couple of they were trash. Like,
It was trash.
yeah. And that's the thing. That's why I tell artists, like, if just because you don't sound as good as you want to sound right now, doesn't mean you can't get better.
That is true.
Because if I compare songs that I would have made back then and compared to now, because sometimes some of my songs right now, I'd be like, damn, did I make that? So it just takes you putting in the work. If you really want something and if you want to pursue it, you will find a way. So yeah, I've always loved music, and then and I'm a kind of guy. I just don't. I like to listen to different kind of things because, like I said, it's all about the melody. I might not even understand what the person is saying, but if I could vibe with it or just vibe to it, So that's just. But I've always loved music. It's something I've loved doing.
So when did Cool Culture become Cool Culture? Like when did that hit? And how? I want to get into that.
Okay. Well, okay. So when I decided, let's just say 2 years before I actually made my song, I've been thinking, okay, so what should if I was to make music, what should I call myself? Initially, it used to be Soul Shine, like SOSHYNE, but man, I was like, man, I was like, that doesn't really resonate with me. So I was like, you know what? I want something different, especially moving to the state. I want something that has culture in it, just because if you hear my name, Cool Culture, I expect you to expect something different.
I respect that.
Yeah, so I felt like, culture. And I was like, Cool Culture. I'm like, yeah, Cool Culture makes sense. So probably like a year before I started making it, I said, this is going to be my artist name right here, Cool Culture. Because, I bring cool vibe and then with a different cultural aspect, I guess, just mix the two of them together and make Cool Culture.
Nice. So now, I understand, like, a lot of times our elders come from a different time, and when we are maneuvering through our way and finding what we want to do, it doesn't really relate to what they have envisioned for us. So how was that for you, especially coming, and I could imagine tradition in your household is very important. So how was that transition for you, and how did you maneuver around that?
Well, that's the thing. Like, okay, so I come from a big family. I have 6 siblings. So, and I'm the last because we 7 all together. So I'm the last. And in my family, I'm the only one still struggling to get my bachelor's, which I'm also working towards that, which I'm going to get to that. But yeah, because my family, I have my siblings, I got some with masters, some with PhD, and because I grew up from a typical African family where my dad made it like you have to go to school. He's like, I don't care what you want to do in life, if you want to be whatever. Well, his vision for me was to be a doctor
or lawyer, right? Doctor or lawyer.
Yeah, because every African parent is either you ain't doing nothing useful if you're not a doctor or a lawyer, or you know what I mean? So, yeah, but my dad passed when I was 15, but I'm sure if he was, he's going to be like, rap, what is that? He's really not going to be, but I guess it's just up to you to like, at the end of the day, you have to follow your path. But right now, even I have siblings, they will listen to my music and be like, oh, it's cool. But at the same time, they'll be like, go get your bachelor's. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was funny enough. A couple of days, my brother gave me a call, and whenever he calls, school is always somewhere in the
In the
conversation.
conversation, like, oh, your music is good, music good, but
Yeah,
you go back to school.
yeah. It's always cool. It's always like, when are you going back to school? I mean, but I've been to school. I ain't never going to lie. I've been to, and actually, the first couple years when I was out here, it was for school. But then I ain't gonna lie, when I was way younger, I really wasn't that serious, taking school seriously. But now I have a different perspective of life, or the way I view life is kind of different now because I'm older. So I do intend on going back to school, but at the same time, I wouldn't quit music because that's something that I love to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I love making music, but at the same time, just to make them happy, I'm gonna get that bachelor because it will always it's always in the conversation. Like if I was to fly to LA to see my mom, one of the things she's gonna talk about is, man, when are you getting that bachelor's? You know what I mean? So yeah, school is like school and church because I technically grew up in the church.
Okay.
You know, yeah. It's just those are like the two core things they always preach to me about, like every day. And you going to church, and I ain't never gonna lie, I haven't been to church in a minute, which I still I need to do
Don't say
better.
that too loud. They're gonna see this.
Yeah, yeah, but like but yeah, that's just it. The more you grow, the better understanding you have. And me
That is
personally, I feel like, cause and I've always been a strong believer. I have faith in God. I might not be going to church as much as I would like to, but I believe that God factor is big. You have to, I ain't trying to be a pastor or nothing, but that was the way I grew up, and I believe like you could have all the plans you want in life if you don't involve that higher power. I don't know. It might be just me,
I get you
but
though.
yeah, I feel like, yeah, church, and at the end of the day, I will try to get that bachelor's when the time is
When the
right,
time is right.
probably sometime soon.
That's right. That's right. Before we
Yeah.
continue, I want to send a big shout out to Pip. Salute to you. Shout out to Ghost Carter, Black J, and Black Rose. Everybody that's jumping on. Thank you for tuning in. So, on top of having the family structure, you having your own vision of what you want to do musically, what was some of the obstacles you faced as a musician that you had to overcome?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is probably not something new to you. I mean, one of the biggest challenges is if you're making music, music costs money. I don't care how you want to look at it, like what view making music, because it's one thing to make music and there's another thing to be heard. Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
one.
that.
So, 'cause your music could sound as dope. If ain't nobody hearing that, at the end of the day, I don't think because most people be like, oh, I'm just making music just for fun. Yes, I get it. We all make music just for fun. But at the end of the day, it would be nice to make money off the music. Let's be realistic. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem I have, like with the artists out here. They never promote their stuff. And I'm like, I mean, for me personally, I won't spend all this money, studio time, making cover for your, just buying beats and all that, and just for you not to push your song. So I think the basic obstacle is, music costs money, and then again, some people can't handle pressure, like negative comments and stuff.
Yes.
Because social media is gonna, and as for someone who grew up very shy, it's something that, but right now, gee, I don't care. Like you can say all the negative, it doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, just because you don't like my music doesn't mean the other person will like my music. You know what I mean?
That's real.
So yeah, I mean, every now and then you get that's just, I think the two biggest challenges is if you're making music is the funding, because it costs money,
It costs.
to put yourself out there, you promote your stuff and all that. And secondly, some people just can't handle the negative comments. Like even sometimes I scroll on Instagram and I see the comments that people make on
Other
other people.
people,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it
damn.
be brutal. It be
Woo!
brutal. Like
So,
some people have an art to how
yeah,
brutal they can be and
yeah.
creative with the negativity. It blows my
Trust me,
mind.
man. Some people gonna make you think like, damn, like they will literally be like, man, go look for a 9 to 5, boy. But at the end of the day, let's be realistic. If you're an independent artist still coming up, and you don't have a 9 to 5, go get one. I'm gonna say that too. You need, because you can't just make music and be broke.
You can't. It don't work.
You know what I mean?
It don't
So
work.
you need that money. I don't know how they do it. Me, I got bills. I got 3 daughters. I don't know how you could be an artist and not have a regular job.
It don't
You
work.
know,
It don't work.
up until you get to that destination where you're trying to go, you need that 9 to 5. Just make it work.
You need
anyhow you can.
anyway. You need that source of income, and that's very
Yeah,
very
you need
important.
that something. That's why I keep telling them, man, you need to get a job. Don't sit here and complain, oh, I don't got this. Get a job.
With I know we touched on how social media could be brutal, but how has social media been instrumental and influence for you in your career and music journey?
Well, I mean, it's the reach, because in as much as some people tend to be, nasty with their comments and stuff, I've had a lot of, comments as in personal DMs. People be like, "Hey, man, I love your craft," and that in itself kind of gives you like, "Oh yeah, I know that I got some people who like, vibe with my sound." And I think social media as an independent artist is something you need to embrace. I never used to post, like, if you go back on my Instagram, I never used to post anything. My Instagram was basically like nothing. I never used to post nothing up to 2 years ago. And I'm like, man, if you're gonna make this music thing, you're gonna have to put yourself out there. At the end of the day, people need to see you as a person, not just when you have a new song, you just post like the screenshot of the cover, the album cover, and yeah, that's what most of them do. Just the album cover and then the song underneath. Man,
It takes a lot more than that.
yeah, you gotta, put your face out there, even if and it doesn't always have to be music related content. People need to know you for who you are, be genuine, be yourself, just interact with people because they want to know the person behind the music. Because I ain't gonna lie, there's a ton of music online these days. You ain't the only one putting out music.
Yeah.
So they want to be. If some people, okay, it goes both ways. Like some people will connect with your music, and some they don't necessarily connect with your music, but they might connect with you as an individual.
Yeah.
How you talk or how you act or just being you. So social media, like I feel like as an artist, for me personally, I think and also I think social media kind of helped me get more comfortable than I used to be. Because I could never, just like I'm speaking with you right now, if it was back a couple years back, it's gonna be way difficult for me because I'm camera shy, just talking in front of people kind of bothers me a lot, but I just have to get over it. I'm still not completely over it, but I think it's a work in progress.
Miss Jackson Media Group online says you don't look too shy now, but
yeah, I know, but like I said, I'm a work in progress. It used to bother me a whole lot, like just talking to people and making eye contact and all that. It just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's because I grew up, the way I kind of grew up, I really didn't have too many friends. I was kind of sheltered a lot. I don't know how to explain that. So, but, yeah, how I look that's the thing. How I look is way different from my personality. I might look like that guy that, life at the party and all that, but if you know me in person, I just like to just chill, do my own thing. I don't like, sometimes I don't even like crowd like that or just,
Yeah.
But if you make music, there's some things you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice that, you being too shy. Just have to get yourself one way or the other because, like I said, you could make the dopest music in your room. If ain't nobody hearing that,
it ain't dope.
Yeah.
It's just your music.
Exactly, right.
That's true indeed. So now, and I want to send a big shout out to Christ that's just jumped on. So when was the time after all that traveling and all that getting to your music lead us up to that studio session when you felt comfortable enough to say, I'm going to record a record. Because that's another phase that you got to overcome or go through. So how was that for you?
Well, I mean, because I remember back in, okay, so another thing is, I guess one of the reasons I ended up making music is when I was younger, growing up back in Nigeria, I had a lot of friends that had studios, but I just never, it wasn't something I was interested in then. But then there was a time one of them was like, hey man, you know what, you want to just, and I was like, oh, I'll try. Like I said, it was hard for me to handle criticism back then. And it was like, man, this shit is trash. What? So I was like, oh, hell no. That kind of just killed my self-confidence. But then over the years, I was like, I just have to build the confidence, and before I actually recorded my first song, Lessons, it was, I had wrote the song for a while, practice, rewrite it, I just felt like, man, it was time to record. And actually my first, second, third studio section was kind of uncomfortable because I was the type of guy that if I was at the studio and there was like a lot of people there, I mean, I would still record it.
But you wasn't comfortable.
I won't feel comfortable. But now, sometimes I be at the studio, they have a whole ton of, I don't care. I just do my thing, because sometimes if you want something, just what they think doesn't matter. It's like their touch is not what makes you an artist, You have to be driven enough to look past all of those things. You know what I mean? So if you want something, you're going to get it however you can. So for me, blocking out every other, and sometimes people might not even be judging you just because you are overthinking it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's all in your head. It's right here. And you just have to block every other thing out and just do you. And then I did a couple songs, and then I used to just rap, but then one of the producers I worked with one time was like, because I did a hook, and it was like, man, you sound really good when you sing. And I'm like, oh yeah? So I was like, so that's why a lot of my newest singles are more, I focus more on the melody, and I just enjoy doing both. I rap, I sing, whatever works for the song. I need to feel the vibe, and if I feel like, okay, the hook needs this or the bridge needs some singing, so I kind of alternate back and forth.
Nice.
And mostly I take my hooks. I love taking my hooks myself, but yeah, sometimes I think I only have a song that I had somebody else take the hook, but every other one I just like to do the hook because I feel like I said, I'm more particular about, and also I'm more particular about I'm that type of guy I could go to the studio like a couple times just to let's work on this song. Let's switch it up a little bit. Yeah, because I'm very particular and the reason why is because of my accent. Like I feel uncomfortable. So that was one of, especially when I started, because of my accent, I always used to make sure my vocals sound perfect. That's one thing I'm always particular about. But now I'm not as conscious of that like I used to be, because now I feel like I got better than I used to be. So I could just literally just, make a song, knock it out quick, one take, and we done. So.
What I'm hearing from you and how you approach your music is you target it and you attack it with a lot of intent. And with that being said, we're going to go into your record, Intention. This is Cool Culture, y'all. Check it out, and we'll be right back with the brother.
We're just friends, but I wanna be more. I love you, I just can't deny no more. If we're just friends, then I can't no more. Can't no more. Baby, let me love you. When you're cold, baby, let me hold you. If you down, girl, you know I'ma lift you up, baby. Oh yeah, loving you is something that I wanna do, but being friends is something I don't wanna do. I got a couple shots that I've been trying to shoot. Baby, would you be my boo? Girl, I'm begging you, please. Down on my knees, cause I want you with me. Girl, if you go, you know I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. Let's talk about the good times. Yeah, we had some. Big booty Judy. Shorty, can I have some? If you treat me too good, I just might hold you for ransom. Cause you're the only one that made this grown man wanna blush. I wanna be more than friends. Wanna walk down the road with you while I'm holding your hand. And your beauty natural, cause you got nothing enhanced. If anybody come between us, they'll be catching these hands. I wanna love you till I can't no more. We're just friends, but I wanna be more. I love you, I just can't deny no more. If we're just friends, then I can't no more. Can't no more. Baby, let me love you. When you're cold, baby, let me hold you. If you down, girl, you know I'ma lift you up, baby. No wings, but I'ma treat you like an angel. 360 shot, got you covered from every angle. The type of love that make you wanna be a hero. You find me when I was nothing, yeah, we started up from zero. True love is hard to find, but I found you. Would make sense together, cause I've been lost without you. I ain't never going solo, cause I need you in my life. I just might put a ring on it, so I can make you my wife. I'll treat you good like every day's a celebration. Listen, I put you first like it was pre-ejaculate. Listen, I put in work, time and dedication. I ain't gon' lie, I'm trying to exceed your expectations. The old me used to be so flirtatious. No flu, but your love has been so contagious. Not trying to sound funny, but you're one of a kind. But honestly, how do you feel about me making you mine?
All right, they said you got the love song vibes. The love song. I like the feel of that. That was the first time for everybody. That's the first time of me hearing it too. So I was listening to it with clear ears. Like I was leaning in. I wanted to hear everything he had going on with that. So we're gonna go back to that session. What was the first song you recorded? What was that?
Oh, the first song that I recorded is Lessons. It's more of like positive vibe. Because actually the reason why I made that song was like I said, it was my first song. I wasn't really comfortable in just diving into maybe like a love song, or so I wanted to do something positive first.
Okay.
And yeah, see how that goes. And yeah, that was my very first song, Lessons. I think you probably must have heard that before.
I heard that one. I didn't know that was your first song though.
Yeah, that's my very first song. Yeah, that's my very first song. So
nice.
First song that I put out. Yeah.
So after you put out your song, you got all that I guess you could say worry, or you got everything out of your system.
Mm-hmm.
In the new direction of your music, how did you feel you wanted to start targeting your music? Did that change from when you first was coming into it, or do you have a new direction now? Like you got a better understanding?
I like to do every kind of music, but I feel like I do mostly love related songs because I feel like love is something that we don't really talk about a lot. So that's why I like, just like the one you just heard, I have probably have more love songs than I have. Every now and then I'll drop like a rap song, and you could just like talking about random stuff. But mostly, the direction I'm leaning towards is a lot of love, and maybe sometimes soon I might do more Afro, here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Afro beats being a hot vibe right now, what is that how you define your genre of music, or do you even define it at all?
I would say hip hop really, because I would say the kind of music, because besides Missing You, I think that's like the only Afro, like specifically Afro beat song that I have. So genre wise, I would say hip hop
Okay.
type of genre. Yeah, music that I do, and but I rap mostly 90. Let's say 90% of the time I'm rapping about love. You know. Yeah.
I dig it. I
So,
dig it.
yeah, yeah,
On this show, we usually ask that there's a moment during the show that we ask everybody this question, and
yeah.
with all the information and knowledge and insight that you know right now,
Hmm.
if you could look at the young cool culture and tell yourself something, share something, say anything, what would it be and why?
It would be quit overthinking it and start now. And the reason is because I tend to procrastinate a lot, not because I don't have the willingness to do it, just because I overthink it. I overthink, like I always think, oh man, what if it don't go as planned? I used to hate taking no for an answer or just negative comments. So that was because if I wasn't so shy, or if I didn't really care much about what people had to say, I would have probably started music way before 2022. But yeah, 2022 was when I started just getting more confident in just being cool culture. So that was why it took me so long. So if I was to look back then, I'd be like, man, quit procrastinating and just do it. Don't start now, because you never know, So and even up to now, I feel like I waited too long to share, my vibe and my experience with people, because I was just overthinking it. I was the what if, a lot of what ifs, But you just gotta try, You just have to
You do.
do it. Quit thinking, and it's just like sometimes some people make a ton of songs just sitting on their hard drive, man. If it sits there too long, you might not have the motivation to even put it out. You know what I mean? So just do it now. If you have the opportunity, so long as you have the means to do it now.
Do it
And
now.
yeah, just like if you have ideas, some people be like, oh, let me sit on this idea so I can use it. No, no, no. Because the more you let those ideas you have, you let it flow, you get more ideas, new ideas. So I just feel like one of the things that I regret right now is procrastinating on stuff, because I did that a whole lot. So
You said two things that really spark a lot in artists, and I think a lot of artists suffer from this: procrastination and overthinking,
oh
being
yeah,
in your head.
yeah.
And how did you overcome those overthinking, being in your head thoughts? And I believe a lot of artists that are on now could take from that. How did you overcome that?
Well, I just it's two things. I think one is just me just telling myself, you know what, is it a now or never? So if you keep worrying about what people, generally it don't matter. Not just artists. Like if you're trying to start a business or whatever you're trying to do, and you know within yourself you have the capacity or the means to do it, just do it. And so that was why I just told to myself, I think it's time. And secondly, like you said, social media, and being on Instagram and TikTok, you see people doing what they love doing, and I'm like, man, if this guy could do it, why can't I do it? So those are the two main factors I have to get out of my head and quit overthinking. And then secondly, that's why actually right now, see, that's why I tell people, like, if you're an artist and you're an independent artist and you see another independent artist doing good and you hitting on them, you ain't ready to grow. Yeah, you ain't ready to grow, because if someone is doing better at something that is in your niche, you don't necessarily have to copy them, but you have to take your motivation from what they're doing. I mean, they must be doing something right. You know what I
Yes,
mean? So
that's
that's
true.
why, yeah, I follow a lot of independent artists who I know, like, who are doing really good, because because why would I sit here and envy somebody who's doing good for themselves instead of you getting some, experience, tapping in with some, inspiration or something. So I feel like if you're hating on somebody who's doing something in your niche, but they're doing it on a larger scale than you have no reason to hate. That should be a source of inspiration because, hey, this guy is doing it. I can do it.
That's
You know
real.
what I mean? So yeah, those two things just getting out of my head and seeing independent artists who are really doing good for themselves, and I'm like, man, this is what I want to be in so and so time. Why don't I start working on it right now? You know what
I
I
love
mean?
that.
So yeah,
It seems like you've gotten out of your head and you got your head on right.
it's about time.
With that being said, what's in the works for Cool Culture? What's going on next? What you got?
uh, well, right now, I got a single called "Love Story." Like I said, it's a whole bunch of stuff,
Okay.
but yeah, I got a single called "Love Story." I have my homeboy from Arizona, River Jordan. I featured him on the track, and he took the hook, and I took the two verses, and it's. I mean, I wouldn't say that's my best song so far, but it's one of the really dope songs because the verses, like if you listen to it, it's something that you could vibe with. I went deep into the whole love thing, and it drops on the 5th of October, and
Okay.
also I got a whole lot of other singles that I'm working on right now. So I think what my aim right now is just to keep up with consistency and dropping, and I mean eventually I have a goal that I'm working on, but I like to take it like a step at a time. So right now, just consistently dropping singles, man, dropping, dope vibes, and and just I mean,
Fueling out the music,
yeah,
feeding the
yeah,
universe.
yeah. Because I feel like the more you put them songs out, you just making more rooms for some other dope creative stuff, to come in. So I feel like, yeah, being consistent too is another thing. As an artist, you have to, be consistent in
Yes.
dropping songs. Yeah.
You spoke about your, I guess, your shyness and being standoff. How has that, or has it affect you, say, with video work or live performances?
Oh yeah, okay. So I remember my very first time performing. That was also the same month that I dropped my very first single. Yeah, I performed the show, and that actually after that performance, I didn't perform uh, again till probably like 4 or 5 months later,
Wow.
just because, like, okay, so like I said, being in my head again, right? The you know the vibe I kind of got wasn't what I was expecting, so it kind of like, man, so it took me a while to like get back on it. And right now in the Tulsa music scene, I perform well. Some shows, like I said, some shows I can't really make because of my tight work schedule. Because gotta get that paper.
Gotta
But
balance it.
yeah, but and I also work, night shifts. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, performing right now doesn't really bother me like it used to. It used to be a big issue for me, and having people stare at you, and you just sit there and be thinking, do they think it's good? Do they think it's bad? So yeah, that kind of really bothered me. But right now, I'm at a spot where, like I said, I'm still like a work in progress. I'm not where I want to be, and also, shooting content. Okay, so let me just say this, right?
Please do. I see you warming up.
I'm Yeah, I'm so shy to the extent whereby I remember the when I bought my cam because I have a camera for shooting contents and stuff. I bought that camera, right? I didn't use that camera up until a year later because I was so bothered. How do I go out and shoot content? People looking at me. It's like, trust me, I was bad. Like I was so bad, And it's weird because you look at me, you won't think I'm that kind of guy who's that. Yeah, but yeah, I had my camera for like almost a year before I had the courage to even go out and shoot alone. But right now, I could literally go. I don't care. I mean, I still have, when people stare at you, I just don't. It kind of makes me uncomfortable. But right now I don't care because I remember one of the last ones I shot by myself, and a lot of my content I shoot them by myself. I just because you might have homies, but they have their own life. They got to
Yeah.
go to work and all that. Yeah, so yeah, if we hanging, yeah, they help out or I find someone that I pay. But most of my content I shoot them alone. Get your tripod. It's easy. Get a camera, get a phone. If I have an iPhone, everybody has an iPhone. Get a camera stand, get a phone stand. This thing is not, it's not rocket science.
Yep.
But I just feel like some people just not comfortable enough like I used to be. It used to be a problem for me, and yeah, it took me a while. Even with my camera and everything. I had everything. As a matter of fact, there was a time I have this I had all the equipment, but the
He had
fact
everything.
go out and do it was the problem. And I'm glad I'm at the point whereby I could be like, okay, I'm trying to shoot a content today, and I would just, maybe go to the mall, whatever, and just do it. And most of them I do it myself, and I actually need to do more. But I kind of slowed down lately because of some personal issues I was trying to sort out, but now I think I'm about to, go back to the routine of shooting more, short form content for my songs. Because, like I said, just posting a screenshot of your album cover and the song
That ain't it.
out now, That's no, people you need to be able to, to perform your shit. People watch you do your thing. So, yeah, I feel like that was like it was a very huge issue for me, bro. Gladly I'm getting over it.
There you go. There you go. For artists, I know as simple as it is, content, creating content is very difficult for many artists. They have a hard time figuring out what they want to do. If you had advice for someone who at one point used to feel uncomfortable with it, but has made their way around it, what kind of advice could you share with people pertaining, their artistry and creating content?
Well, I mean, okay, so especially like I said, right, as an independent artist, your your budget is kind of limited. You don't have a whole lot of resources to pay this person, to pay that person, and pay that person, and pay that person. So whatever you could do by yourself, you have to do it. Especially when it comes to just like I said, I follow a lot of independent artists, right? I know a specific guy, I probably won't mention his name, but he shoots like 99.9 of his videos himself. All he does is get a tripod. So yeah, I mean, if you don't even have to have a camera, you don't have to spend $1,000 on the
You
camera,
don't.
you don't have to do all that extra stuff. And there's one thing I feel like a lot of artists these days do. They'd rather buy a fake chain or fake gold, whatever, and show up for come for open mic, act like they the shit, but then you don't have the balls to go shoot your own content. I'm like, all those don't mean nothing, bro. Like, okay, you wear all this to go for and this is another thing though. I don't have nothing against open mics, right?
Hmm.
But I'm like, if because I know some dudes they don't work. They are today I gotta go for this open mic Monday to Friday open mic. But man, look, if this open mic ain't paying you, bro, because half the time a lot of this open mic be the same people. It be the same people like 99% of the time. So I mean that's the reason why if the show ain't paying, man, sometimes I don't even want to go because I'm like in as much as I wanna the only reason I would mainly go for open mics, is just to to network with other artists, people who are doing the same thing as
Okay.
you. So yeah, y'all get. But other than that, do I want to go to open mic Monday to Friday? No, I gotta be at work. I gotta get that bread. You know what I mean? So I ain't about to sit here, go open mic, and then you perform. And some people are so comfortable with going to that open mic because that's a circle of their friends. They already know them, and they be hyping them, and they're comfortable with that. I ain't about to sit here and get hyped by the same 20 guys every day. You know what I mean? Exposure. In as much as open mics are good, spend some money, leave them fake chains, fake jewelries, and spend that money on ads and promote your stuff. Because I can't say this enough,
He
man.
said
Like
spend that money on ads.
You be spending that little
I
two
feel
hundred
you.
dollars on a fix you could spend on something resourceful, something that could actually put you in front of like two, three, four, 5,000 people, but you rather just go spend on something that doesn't even make you know what I mean. So I feel like spend your money wisely, and because you don't have an endless source of income.
That's real.
This is something, yeah. Because a lot of times, and another thing is, this is one very important one is where I know guys that have like they have way more songs than I do, like 3 albums, 4 EPs and all that. And I ask them, okay, well, if I feature you on this song, I need to get your ASCAP or BMI,
Talk
and
about
they
it.
say I don't know what that is, or I don't have that yet. I'm like, why don't you have it yet? It's not like you have to pay to get it. You know what I mean? and and not like I'm trying to brag though. Like the few songs I got, because I think I have probably like 13 songs out, and I could tell you so far I've been getting royalties on
Yeah.
those that little catalog that I have. And I'm like, if I was these homies that got like 5 albums and stuff, and you telling me you don't have your song ready, said no way, no,
No
come
nothing.
on, man.
No nothing.
Yeah, they need to do better because
My,
I don't get it. It's not all about just being in the studio making songs. You have to find a way to monetize your music.
yes.
Because recently I just got I mean I've been because sometimes I'll be like, oh, so you could actually get your royalties this way and that way. I mean, it's not a huge sum,
But it's something.
but
It
yeah, for a guy
shows
that's
you how it
starting out.
works.
But yeah, but just for the 13 songs that I get out, and I'm getting every month I get yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I've been trying to educate this, but they don't want to learn. They're stuck in that. We could open mic tonight.
Yeah.
I ain't about to go to the open mic where you the same 30 guys. Yeah, you screaming it's good, but I ain't trying to be a local
Yeah.
champion forever.
There's a
Yeah,
place for that,
yeah.
but that
I,
place ain't every
yeah,
day.
I'm not thinking Tulsa. I'm thinking, you know what I mean? That's why they be like, man, you ain't be coming out as much. I say to come perform for the same group of guys. No, I'm good, bro. I would do that when I'm free, But right now I need to get that back because I got mouth to feed and I got to be able to push my music any way that I can. I need that money. So yeah, I feel like and the biggest part is it kind of it amazes me when I talk to a guy that got so much song on Spotify talking about he don't even know what
His
is
artist
get my
society.
numbers. It's just I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know because actually I featured one other guy and I was because usually what I do is anybody I have on my track, which I really don't feature much, but the few that I have, I be like, yo, just send me this number so when I register this, put
I
you as
put
a co-writer, put your information. I be like, oh, I don't have that yet,
you like
bro.
what?
You got like 10 times of the songs that I got. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know. But and it's funny because you trying to put them on, but you be like, oh, you trying to act like you know too much. So I just, whatever works. And if it's just putting out the songs, is all you want to do, then that's fine.
Yeah. Do what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Right, right.
Yes, yeah, most definitely. Because I don't think the business side is something that a lot of artists take in consideration. The presentation, they want to look good. Like you
Yeah, the one,
said,
of
have
course.
the 20 guys shouting their names every night.
Yeah. And
That
then they're gonna video that little 20-second, put it, ooh, like, man, I'm
yes,
shutting my city down.
yes, that's what happens. A lot of people, a lot of artists get lost in the presentation and not the true performance of something. For those that are on right now, and for those that are gonna watch this later after I post it, if they want to collab with you, want to talk business, they want to be a feature or get you on a feature, what's the best way for people to reach out to you and connect with you?
Yeah, I mean, my social media platform is pretty much the same. Cool underscore culture, and on Instagram is Cool Culture. That's cool. COOL underscore culture with a K instead of a C. And then on TikTok, the same. And on Facebook is Will Benjamin. But yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram because I feel like, man, I feel like your number one resume as an artist is should be Instagram and then maybe TikTok. You know what I mean? So my Instagram is cool culture, cool underscore culture. COL underscore KULTURE.
Gotcha. Before we let you go,
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
you, you, you said you feel every artist should have their Instagram kind of be their alpha and then TikTok. From
yeah,
your, I feel the same. But from
yeah,
your perspective, why is
yeah.
that?
Cause I feel like that's like the I mean, especially for artists though, I feel like your Instagram, your TikTok, and maybe also YouTube, right, should be something that you should have. Cause I don't see how you're gonna, have, make music say, I'm not on Instagram like that. I'm not on TikTok like that. I'm not. But what are you? What are you?
What are you on then?
you know, like I'm not like that. Like I said, I had to make compromises. I hate making videos. I hate making content. But I had to do it. So it's just like saying you're trying to pass an exam and you don't want to read. Like it don't work like that.
It don't.
Yeah.
It don't. We have one question. MJMG asks, "How was working on the experience with Mabu?"
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a great experience. Actually, the way the song turned out was amazing because prior to that, I never heard of her or seen her or none of that. But she played me some of her songs, I think, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean, we could make it happen. And I loved how the song came out. It was an awesome track. So and it was a great experience for sure.
Nice, nice, nice. I want to take this time to give you your honor. We're in the era of everyone getting their flowers, but on this show we always say flowers die, but honor lasts forever. So we want to just take this time, give you your salute, praise you for your travels, you overcoming what typical artists face all the time, and finding that root to what makes you cool culture. So salute to you, my brother, and
Appreciate you.
most definitely your journey and your words. I know for a fact many artists can take from it, learn from it, and actually add something that they heard from you to help them along in their journey, my brother. So thank you again, man. Let's give another round of applause, man. Salute to you.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
If you have any last words, anything you want to say, anybody you want to address, anything you want to promo, this is your moment right here, my brother.
All right. Well, I think I just for artists in general, especially those that are over 30, because I'm 33 right now, right?
Okay?
And some people might be like, "Oh man, it don't matter, bro. If you got a message, just do you like, cause you might think, oh man, you ain't nobody, but there might be someone who's just by hearing your voice, hearing your music, seeing you, they kind of connects to you, connects to your story. So if you have a dream, I don't feel like age should be a limit for you, or you being shy should be a limitation, because whatever if you let anything be your limitation, then I think that's on you. But it don't matter, man. If you have passion for something, just go for it. It don't matter what age, it don't matter how you feel, it don't matter if you're like an introvert like I am. You just have to chase your dream however you can. So just go for it now. Quit procrastinating. No, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow is next week. Next week is next year.
Yep.
Just if you have the idea, you have the means. You can just do it, man.
Just
The
do.
sky is the limit. You don't have to overthink everything, because most of the things you're overthinking is just right here. At
Yep.
the end of the day, the only opinion that matters in your life is your opinion, because you're the one doing it, not those guys behind the keyboard. You know what I mean? So whatever you want to do, just go for it. I've seen people become famous for the lamest thing ever.
Yep, you
Go
hit it on.
viral for the lamest things ever. So if you know you have something positive to share, so I mean, just go for it.
I love that. Casey Rain, shout out to Casey Rain, says age ain't nothing but a number.
Right.
And with that, I'm gonna close on that. That is so true. As long as I could speak and
Hell
think
yeah.
coherent, I'm
Yeah.
going to create and make music.
Hell yeah. That's how everybody should think.
For real. Again, thank you for joining us on this show,
I
man.
appreciate you for having me, man.
Keep doing your thing. For those being tuned, take a look, take a listen, keep your ears open. Cool Culture has most definitely more vibes for the airwaves and more business because he's on his business. He's on his business.
What's up, man? Gotta get the eye. I got mouths to feed, bro.
I feel you on that. Salute to you, my brother, and you have a great night, man.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to everybody on SHU Radio tonight. We just had a nice sit down with Cool Culture. He took us down the road of his journey from being overthinker, shy, not having the confidence to someone who overcame that. And I think that's the journey of most creatives. We have a moment in our life where we second guess what we're experiencing. We look on the outside perspectives for confirmation for the things that we truly love, and sometimes you just gotta say F it and just do it and let it all come out and find out. So if you got anything from today, it's don't be into your head too much and overcome those self boundaries that we place on ourselves that possibly no one is looking at. No one is paying us any mind in that. It's all our perspective of how we view those insecurities. So create, put it out there. Let the universe do what it's going to do, but find that comfortability in you. So I want to send a shout out to everybody that's on. Shout out to Das Fire. With that being said, we're going to leave you with this song called Ride For You. And I just want to say, if you're not riding for you, how you expect anyone else to take that ride with you? So have a good night, y'all. This is SHU Radio. I'm Spud Brooklyn. See y'all next week. Check us out this Wednesday, and every other Wednesday for the A&R desk. But check us out on Mondays. We be having some dope conversations with some people, and we be sharing that insight for the creatives and artists out there. Have a good night. Be safe, y'all. Have a good one. I'm Spud Brooklyn, and we are out.
SHU Studio. We get busy.